Welcome to the video here to talk about how to do a square neckline on a dress. The example I have here is in half scale, just so that we can work quickly on the recording. If you were making a full size, everything would be twice as large. So in this example, one of my students has done a design very similar to this dress. It's a princess style to the armhole for the style lines there, and a squared neckline. It will have sleeves, but at this stage in doing the lining, this is what we're going to be talking about here, as well as a little bit for our back. Now, in the back of this garment, I would actually have recommended, before the back got sewn to the front at the side seams, that the invisible zipper was already installed, and you would actually also install it to the other side of the lining. That will be addressed in a different video, being that I will need to do that at full size because they don't make invisible zippers this tiny. And that would, in that video, I'll explain how to deal with this top corner up here. Now, being a dress that goes through our waistline seam, your zipper will always need to go to the hip level to enable the garment to open up and be able to go onto a body and then close up for a very fitted look with woven fabric. But in this one, or if your garment's already at this stage and you hadn't done the zipper, it's okay. It's just a little trickier because now you'll have a front sort of in your way of being able to lay everything flat. But the invisible zipper actually lends itself to doing that much easier than a centered slot zipper. All right, back to our neckline, because that's really what we're dealing with here. So when you have inward corners, inverted corners, whether it be a squared neckline like that, or imagine a V neckline, and this is more of a deep V, this same approach would work. Now, you can do what's called a stay stitch. It is a regular stitch length that you would use for a seam, and the point where it's turned is where the two stitch lines would intersect. And many times I will mark that on my fabric so I am exactly precise right there. Now, in the industry, as far as factory sewing, where they're doing multiples, they might not do this stage. It really depends on the delicacy of the fabric and if it's a concern. The other thing that they may do on the inside is actually do a little bit of interfacing in this corner as well to help maintain the stability of that corner. So getting this set up, I've got my lining pieces already done, and I even did the stay stitching in the lining. And I like to set those in place and a pin to match up right there where those stitched corners, intersections of the seam lines coming down and across the front neck, match up. All right, so that, and I like to put my pin right in where that is. Helps me as I'm at the needle knowing where to go with it. The other thing I want to make sure that matches up is at the shoulder seam. Okay, I get a little pin there. Now, being that I don't have my zipper in already, I will actually not start sewing at the raw edge. I'm going to move in. If I was on a full-size garment, I'd move in almost 2 inches. That allows me the freedom up here and with these to be able to fold back in order to do what I would need to get the zipper in place. So working back around to this side, we'll get this shoulder pinned, and then I will meet you over at the sewing machine.